Oh, Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Hi! Oh, Hanaki! Welcome to Onigashima Monday! Yippee! I see you guys all like the thumbnail. The thumbnail, and I also ended up using that illustration for my schedule this week. I see you guys, I see you like it. It's not Oni-san! It's literally Monday! You can't just change the day to suit your needs. It's not how any of this works.
Offering. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the $5. You look cuter today for some reason. Maybe it's just my aura. Maybe I just have like a cuter vibe than usual. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, thank you. Hey. And that to the counter. Whoop, woohoo, yippee. It's not only Friday either. Or only Tuesday. Well, okay. Maybe in some corners of the world it is Tuesday. But, like, not in Onigashima. On Onigashima, it is Monday. But yeah, we're here. We're hanging out. I see you guys did exactly what I expected to happen when I used the swimsuit art. I can't help it, though. It's a very good piece of art. And also, yes, Yuno is a bikini wearer. That's me. What can I say? It's just easier to tan that way. I really like getting tan on the beach. I'm pretty good at tanning. I don't usually get sunburned. Or at least I didn't used to. The sun has gotten a little bit more evil in more recent times because I am a half Oni now. So, I used to be able to tan really well back when I was a human, but now that I'm a half Oni, I fry like a lobster. I fry like a little lobster. You know, green eyes wearing purple contact lenses. Of all the memes that Kaya started, I do think that's one of the funnier ones. I really like that artist stuff. I'm happy he drew you. I think that one was a request from... Yeah, I think that was a request from somebody. That one was. Is this a hint of Gyaru, you know? Gyaru no? I don't know, maybe. I actually don't know... Hold on. I'm not sure if I can talk about that. I was about to tell a story, but, I guess I'll just tell my side of it. I did actually go Gyaru in my audition. The persona that I did was a little bit Gyaru. I don't know if I did a very good job with it, but I did take a little bit of a Gyaru approach. I am surprised that, that worked. And I ended up here. Very much not Gyaru. I have kind of leaned more into my, bookworm nerdy side. But I did, I did choose kind of a, like, Gyaru, personality type. For the audition. I don't know if I would, do that too much, although I am planning to do a Gyaru, roleplay video in the future. I don't know if I would revisit that anytime soon, but I am planning to do a little bit more Gyaru stuff in the future. Just a little bit. Mass hysteria? What do you mean mass hysteria? I figured you guys would be interested in that. But yeah, in my audition I did something a little bit Gyaru. I thought Oni were immune to burning. I mean by fire, perhaps, but not by sun. The sunlight still burns. Don't like it. It's not very good. I relax with ass. Thanks, Kaya. Very cool. Also, hi, Kaya. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I was telling them about how, during my audition, I went a little bit gyaru. I was wondering if, have you ever talked about your audition stuff? Because you and I have talked about our audition stuff a little bit, like, to each other, but... Is it true that you and Kaya didn't know about the artist until Lette retweeted them? For me, no. I think the person who requested from that artist does a pretty good job of sending the art files to management, so I actually got DM'd the art. I got DM'd the art, at least for the leotard and the bikini, I think also. I think those were DM'd to me. And then the only reason I saw the butt art was not just because I saw the other girls retweeting it and I was like, oh, that's weird. I wonder if they ever drew me. And then I didn't think to look, but then somebody actually added me on the tweet that had the Yuno butt.
An offering.
So that ended up being something I saw. So basically, to answer your question, I did know about the artist before, but I didn't see the butt art until I was tagged on it. I was the ultimate Gyaru. I named her Chisa. It was insane. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I found out when I was talking to Hanamizuki about our audition stories. Kaya was like, yeah, I was a Gyaru. And I was like, literally same. I was a Gyaru too. And we were like, oh, wow. We both went Gyaru. And then we got in somehow. So that was pretty funny. I wasn't sure if I could share that story because I didn't know how much Kaya had shared about her audition to you guys. I didn't want to, like, out her. But she openly talked about it just then, so now you get to know. That's what I omitted initially. I zoned out after hearing Leotard. You know what were we talking about? Me discovering art, I suppose. You can't tell me Audition-chan is not a normie Gyaru. No, you're right. It just makes sense for her to be Gyaru. We both had the same... We both had the same thought. Revealing the secret to passing the audition. Oh no. Corporate secrets. Go Gyaru. No. Well, actually, I don't know, I mean, it's probably too soon to try and bug Ephemera to figure out their audition stories, but I wonder if any of them also went Gyaru. That'd be very funny if true. Very funny. Would laugh. The swimsuit does complement your eyes. I really like the pastel purple. I really like pastels, so yeah. I love pastels. So that color was really nice too, for me. Ironically, we don't have a Gyaru. So true. We really do need a Gyaru. I like Gyaru character types. I think that they are cute. Give me 1 second. I gotta do a thing real quick. I will be right back. Like, it'll literally only take, like, a second. I can't wait for summer because of the swimsuit. Yeah, I'm excited for more swimsuit art. I really like swimsuits, so when I saw the bikini art, I was like, ooh, hell yeah, I like that. More of this, please. So I am looking forward to summer because it means more excuse to get swimsuit type art. I love summer clothes. I like layers too. Layers are usually what I like to wear the most often, but there's just something about like cute, light summer outfits that I love. I forgot, Gyaru is Valley Girl, right? Gyaru and Valley Girl are kind of similar. I think the closest equivalent to an English speaker's understanding is Valley Girl, but Gyaru is kind of different. What kind of swimsuit do you like? Most any. I like 2 pieces. I like a modest 1 piece every now and again. I like those little, like, light shawls, I guess what they're called, or like a cover-up. I like when people wear those, and then they're wearing, like, a really cute 2-piece. Is that about the limit of spiciness you would accept? As you didn't interact with it, I assumed it was above your limit. I mostly just wasn't sure what the corporate standard is. I guess everybody decided to retweet their art when they saw Lette do it first. Lette kind of opened the gate. And then everybody else started retweeting theirs and, like, using theirs. So I think that means that it's good to go. So, like, around that level is probably good. I think, obviously, we probably shouldn't go for anything that's, like, more full exposure. But I think, like, swimsuits, lingerie, that stuff, that's good. Thumbs up. That stuff's fine. I'll just have to be careful with it. It just can't be, like, too, revealing, I think. For me, at least, though, I'm okay with, swimsuits and lingerie and things like that, and, like, kind of sensual poses. That's fine, too. But nothing too explicit. But yeah, I think the main reason I didn't interact with it initially was because I wasn't sure what the line would be. It seems like there isn't a problem, but yeah. I am open to most things, though. Just walked in full exposure. Ah! This is definitely not what the topic of the stream is supposed to be. Also, I forgot to add it initially, but Gyaru no Appreciation Club, thank you for the $15. I like normal Yuno too, don't worry, thank you. Sometimes I worry that you guys don't like normal Yuno and you just like all of the Yuno alternates. Bikinis that won't get you kicked off an IRL beach seem fine. Yeah, I would agree with that. As long as it's not something that you would get kicked off of a beach for wearing. Or, you know. Let's try to not think about it in terms of, like, a nudist beach, okay? So Lette went and YOLO'd it. Yeah, basically, I was very surprised. And then it just kind of led to everybody else interacting with theirs a little bit more directly, too. Surprisingly curvier than expected. Oh, you have never seen my reference sheet. You have never seen my reference sheet, now have you? I actually have, how do I describe this without sounding like an absolute, simp for myself? Would Beach Yuno be an SSR? Probably an SR. I think that would be an SR. Yuno's model already is really powerful, but she nerfs herself. What do you mean? I do not nerf myself. You can see me right now. I mean, I guess the only thing that's nerfed is the fact that you can't see my legs. Where's my reference sheet? Where are you? Beach Yuno is a UR. It depends on the beach Yuno. I think it's SR, but depending on, like, the pose and the setting, it could be SSR or UR. But I think it's, like, all in, like, the framing and, like, the quality of the image, you know? Personally, I think, Moonlit Beach, with, like, the cover-up on, and, like, looking out at the moon and the stars, like, over the ocean, I think that could probably be an SSR. Hold on. I need to find my reference sheet so that people can obtain the information. You need to have the knowledge. one is the right one? Is the question. Because I know I have an older one in here. Ah, this one, I think. It's giant. Forgive me. I am fixing it. You just see my face and nothing else. Yep, that's the reference sheet. Hold on, I'm fixing it. Gotta make it a little bit smaller. But it really is like a giant image. Do not pull the Yuno Doko. I'm literally replacing myself with like a standard image of myself. Anyway. There's the knowledge. There's the information. The critical, facts you need to know. Are you informed? Are you educated? Do you know now? Also, you can see that my hair goes past my butt. Notice you're hiding the stilts? What stilts? What do you mean? That's just the normal size of my geta. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, this is my pinned tweet on my Twitter, if you follow my Twitter, but I guess I should probably post the ref sheet somewhere else, for the people who don't use Twitter, maybe. Anyway, yeah, that's my ref sheet, so, there's the knowledge, there's the understanding. You get it now. I like how many elements your model has. Your papa took ink and made gold. I really do think that for, like, as detailed as my design is, it is all very cohesive. Alright, I'm hiding this now. Anyway, there's the knowledge. You are now informed. And I guess since you guys are talking about the button, I have to remember which button it is. One sec. Because there is a button. Ah, this one, I think. This button that is not meant to really be used for much of anything besides looking. Do you understand now? Are you saying butt or button? I'm saying button. I'm sorry if it's not coming out very clearly. Button. Have to emphasize that extra T. But this isn't a purposeful nerf. It's literally because... it's because I don't have a middle. I literally don't have a stomach. So I can't use that toggle very often because I don't have a middle. So it looks very weird when I move. So that's why I don't use it. But I do have it. Not as like a built-in toggle, mind you. I made that for myself because I wanted to understand, I needed to give myself the information, you know? Just a floating chest and arms. Okay, but, that really is true, though. Like, I literally don't have a middle part. Like, it's there. It technically does exist. But, it's, like, hidden in like, the rig layers. So I can't show off very well. Kaya has the no face toggle and you have the no stomach one. I wonder what Ron has. I don't know. Ron has a few cursed toggles, I think. I remember us talking about it before. I just don't remember which ones they are. But no, I think all three of us have the curse of no tummy when trying to look through all the layers. I think. But yeah, no tummy. It is not visible, but that's why I discovered it because I was trying to see and get my own information. I was doing my own research. Do more ab crunches? No! That'll make my tummy hurt. That's the thing. Yuno never recovered from that magician act. So true. The magician sawed me into thirds, and it was my head, my chest and torso, and then my legs. And I only got back my head and my legs. Unfortunately, my torso was lost. What's today's topic? I'm glad we're finally getting back to it after nearly 30 minutes of not talking about it. Anyways, today we are talking about things we do to relax. Long story short, I have not been very relaxed in recent days. And I was looking for more ideas for like things to do for relaxation. I have a few things I already do, so we could probably talk about stuff that I already do if you guys bring it up, but I'm just generally looking for things to try and help me relax a little bit, because I think otherwise I might go insane. Have you ever tried meditating? I have, and I do actually quite like meditating. I think I've said this before, but I also really like yoga. For me, yoga and meditation kind of go hand in hand. I don't do yoga super frequently right now because I'm just always so freaking busy all the time. But, no, I love yoga, and I do meditation before and after just to kind of like recenter my brain with my body. Nene! Hi, Nene! Hello, Cloud Tomo. Welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. So today is Onigashima Monday. It's just kind of like a slightly themed Zatsu. We are talking about things we do to relax and kind of just like chill out a little bit. So that's what we are talking about. We are definitely not talking about anything else before then. Yep. Very normal, on-topic conversation. So true. Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming in. I hope you enjoy your stay. And I hope you get some good rest, Nene. Thank you. Have you tried taking a long bath? Not so much for bathing, but more for just soaking. Yeah. I haven't really done it much recently, for various reasons. But, I do really like, soaking in baths, and I also love bath bombs. I had, like, a phase where I was, like, almost always wanting to use a bath bomb at least, like, once a week. I know they kind of make the tub messy, but I actually really like cleaning bathrooms. So for me, I don't mind that it gets kind of messy, because I don't really mind cleaning a tub. But, yeah, love bath bombs. That's usually what I soak in when I take a little, like, soaky bath. I love how they smell. I like the colors. Sometimes they feel really nice on the skin, too. Love those. What do you think about long walks outside? My area of Onigashima is not the most walkable. I don't actually have a lot of sidewalks where I am, so it's actually kind of hard to walk around sometimes. But I do like walking generally. If I had the means to go to a proper like walking trail or just like a place that was more walkable, then I would probably do that. But my area of Onigashima is not very friendly to people who walk, so I cannot really take advantage of that, unfortunately. Word search. Oh, do you like to do word searches for relaxation? I used to love those when I was younger. I haven't really done any recently. I forget that like word searches could technically be an anytime activity. Although I remember I was like really into Wordle for a little while. Loved Wordle. I thought it was really cool that there were a lot of like themed Wordles that started coming out. Like people took the Wordle formula and then started doing like Hurdle, which was like a music one where you had to guess a song within the first few seconds. There was like a Love Live one that I liked doing. There were like all these other themed Wordles that I thought were really, really cool and creative. I liked that a lot. It seems that the new game that everybody's playing is Connections. I started playing that a little bit, but it's kind of tough. You have to be really good with like word association. You practice any sport or physical activity? Not really. Like walking and then yoga is pretty much the extent of my exercise, which I still think is fair. If it's an option, I love walking at the beach when it's super cloudy. Something about the overcast sky and the waves is really soothing. Ugh, that sounds like a dream. You're so right. I would probably love that too. Yeah, absolutely. I would be all for that. I like to cuddle with my cat or sit with some tea and play a slow-paced tabletop game like chess or mahjong. Like with yourself? Aren't those games that you have to play against other people? Do you play them online or something? Or do you just like, are you one of those people that sets up the chessboard and then you play chess against yourself? There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm just curious. Sports help with stress a ton. I wonder what sport I should pick up then. I don't really have a lot of space to partake in a lot of sports. But I really liked soccer, so maybe I would just go, like, to a soccer field and kick a ball around. Has to be against the cat. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Makes sense to me. You can always play online or versus CPUs. That's true. Mahjong mentioned. I see, you must be a Mahjong enjoyer. I've never really played Mahjong. I tried Mahjong Soul like once, and I thought I understood the rules when I went through this tutorial, but then I actually tried to play a match and I realized I didn't know the rules. What do you think of gardening or bonsai? Oh, I don't know about bonsai. I've never raised a bonsai, but I used to be really into gardening when I was younger. My human grandmother really likes to tend to her front and backyard as like a garden, and so I got really into it because of her. I really liked the act of like planting and watering flowers. It was very nice, but as I have gotten older, I have become more averse to bugs, so I do not know if I would be able to fully maintain a garden. Bugs are kinda don't like bugs. Near where I live is a frisbee golf course. It's nice because that's a game you can play anytime, even by yourself. Oh, I've heard about frisbee golf. Not to out the type of YouTube content that I watch in my free time, but the Try Guys just did a 4 versus 1 playing against a professional frisbee golfer, and it made me want to try frisbee golf. I actually loved playing with frisbees when I was younger. Kind of sound like a dog when I say that, but no, I love frisbees. I think frisbee golf would actually be kind of fun to get into as an adult, I think. Gardening is very nice, especially if it's for veggies. Very rewarding. I don't think I have the space for a vegetable garden. Or the environment. I would have to look into it. Kaya, do not enable them. I can take the heat from most of my Damadachi, but you cannot enable them to act like this. If you start doing it, they're all gonna start doing it. You have to behave. Please. Please. Oddly for me, bowling? No, I love bowling. Oh my gosh, I love bowling. Maybe I should just go bowling more often. Shoot, I actually love bowling. I forgot how much I love bowling. Let's see, what were the other sports I really liked when I was younger? I liked bowling. I really liked soccer. I really liked baseball. I really liked tennis. Badminton was also another one I really liked. Badminton. Sorry, I realize that I slur my consonants sometimes. I should probably enunciate them a bit more. Badminton. Like that. Those are all the sports that I kind of like. I really liked, like, net sports and, kind of the more, like, solo-oriented sports. Which I guess would be things like throwing the frisbee and, like, face me in Nintendo Bowling. Oh, that's true. They have Switch Sports, don't they? I'll 1v1 you. Let's go. I don't have Switch Sports yet, but I'll get it if it means that we can play bowling against each other. Bet? Okay, bet. I will have to look into this. Actual relaxing is napper manga, downtime hobby, games or VTubers, history, YouTube, watching baseball / racing. Oh, that's true. YouTube deep dives are also a very nice way to relax. At the very least, it's good at turning your brain off, but while also learning cool things. I like those. Those are good ones. What kind of racing? Are you a Formula 1 racing type, or do you enjoy the NASCAR? I am curious what type of racing. Horse racing, maybe? Umapyoi, umapyoi. Nintendo Bowling, more specifically talking Wii or Switch. Well, I'm talking about Switch because that's probably the one that would be easiest to co-op on long distance. But I did love Wii Bowling. Wii Bowling was fun. Clubhouse 51 also has bowling. Oh, really? I've been meaning to get Clubhouse 51 too. I've never played it. That is something that I have missed out on a ton. There are also those fitness boxing games on Switch that some VTubers have been playing recently. Miku Boxing! I want to play Miku Boxing. I want to play Miku Boxing. I want to play it so bad. I want to box with Hatsune Miku. I want her to get me fit. I've mentioned before that I really like the Just Dance games. I would love if there was like a Vocaloid dance game someday. I'm surprised they've never made one. They have like the rhythm games and stuff, but like they don't really have one that's like dance oriented, and I feel like that is a big L on their part. Because there are so many good songs that would be fun to learn the dances to. But like a Vocaloid version of Just Dance, I would play the heck out of that. But yeah, the game that came out recently that I've seen people play is Miku Boxing. It's literally like you box to the beat of popular Vocaloid songs. There's like buttons, and then you get graded based on how on beat you are. So it's like boo 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 boo. Honestly, odd choice for Miku. What, boxing? Nothing is an odd choice for Miku. Miku can literally be whatever she wants at all times. She's like Barbie, where like, you know how Barbie has like 8 million careers and like 10,000 degrees because she is capable of doing literally everything. Miku is the same. Miku can literally be whatever she wants. She wants to coach boxing, by all means. I thought it was boxing with Miku. No, I don't think you can fight them. I think they just train you in boxing. The timing in the game is slightly off, so you may need to adjust the setting for your timing. Oh, I'm used to that with rhythm games. That's easy. But yeah, I really want to play it. It looks so fun. Miku Boxing. I want Miku to beat me up. Hey, get in line. I'm ahead of you. Unless there's a hidden boss or something. That would be so crazy. You know how there was like a hidden boss in like Wii Boxing? Like the Wii Fit Boxing? I would probably go crazy if I got to actually box Miku. Is it a perm thing or do you just need to buy the game? I don't know. It's probably Sega, right? Because Sega usually produces a lot of the Miku games. If it's Sega, it might need perms. It depends on the publisher, I think. But no, I also just need to get the game in general. Punch, 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 punch. Getting beat by Yuno instead would be cool too, but can you actually hit? Hey, that's why I'm gonna be playing Miku Boxing. I'm gonna be playing Miku Boxing so that I can get good. Hi, Reina! No, you, butt. No, you. Guys, Reina is back. Did you know? I've missed her so much. I've missed her so much. Reina. I'm so glad she's back. Boxing Reina's butt? I'm not punching Reina's butt. What the heck? Why are you putting words in my mouth? That doesn't make sense. Why would I punch her butt? I would never. So she'll be strong enough to snap her fingers? No! Don't out me! Don't out me like that! I still can't, by the way. I've tried. I've really tried. Do you wanna? It's like steel. No, that would break my hand. That would break my hand, my little baby hands. I'm just a baby. You can't do that to me. My hands don't deserve that. Boxing will help. True. The ultimate goal with me playing Miku Boxing is going to be able to, punch Reina's butt successfully. This sounds so weird. What am I even talking about? Gotta clench 24/7. I love that for you. The power of making it as firm as steel. I guess it's what you have to do in order to have as good of a butt as Reina-san. Reina-san channel, Reina-san production kawaii. It makes sense. It makes sense. Hello! Yeah, I am doing pretty good. I've got a lot of energy today. Or just have anxiety. No! No! You're not allowed to have anxiety anymore, okay? I am here. I keep you calm. We're punching butts. Can I join? Do you think that you would be able to punch Reina's butt successfully? It is made of steel, so, figure that out. Kawaii butt punch tournament? What do you mean? What's that anime where they're trying to, like, where they're, like, using their butts to, like, try and slam each other off of, like, the big, floaty things? What's it called? Keijo! That's what I thought. Yeah. It's basically turning into a discussion that's is gonna become Keijo, eventually. I never watched that anime, by the way. I just heard about it. I somehow imagine if Yuno punches someone, you'll hear a dog toy sound. Oh, like a squeaky toy, just like a Yeah, probably. But again, that's why I need the training arc with Miku Boxing. If I do Miku Boxing, I will eventually not sound like a squeaky toy when I punch things. Therefore, this makes sense. Keijo was so bad the manga got cancelled by the publisher? Really? Oh. Fascinating. I mean, I heard that the anime was kind of meh, but I didn't know that, like, even the manga was kind of, not as good. You should watch it. There's a certain scene in that I think you might like. Interesting. The vagueness of that statement. I have been reminded that Keijo did in fact have hypnosis in it, a very exaggerated form. Ah. You say exaggerated, but it's actually probably not. Interesting. I am learning. I am becoming knowledgeable. Once again, the information is entering my brain. It was a very guilty pleasure. Hey, we all have our guilty pleasures. I'm not gonna knock anyone for liking it. That's fine. Squeaks the world is mine. Meep, meep. Meep, meep, meep. Meep, 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 meep. Yeah, that's how it would go. That's gonna be the Miku boxing training experience. And that would be hilarious. Yeah, the hypnosis scene, I was referring to the hypnosis booba. Oh no, it's booba? That's surprising. But also, that's not, again, not that surprising. It's surprising, but it's not surprising. I figured it would have been related to butts. But, you know. Even high school DxD? I mean, sure. Again, I'm not gonna judge anyone for having a guilty pleasure that they like. I don't even judge people for liking Sword Art Online. Isn't that crazy? I don't like Sword Art Online, but if someone happens to really, really like it, then I'm like, okay, cool. I love that for you. But, like, specifically for you. For me, I will not watch it. But, like, for you, great. Enjoy your sword arts. Get the figures of your Asanas and your Kiritos and your whatever. Have fun. But no, I try not to, like, actively judge what people like because, I mean, everyone has their, like, trash that they feel is high quality, you know? That is great. That means they will consume it for me so I don't have to. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, no, I don't shame anybody's interests. I'm just like, that's cool. I like that for you. Enjoy yourself as long as you're happy, man. What's the trash you like? Have you guys ever heard of Dance with Devils? I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my head, but I think that's the closest equivalent to trash anime that I have watched in, like, recent memory. There have been some other bad ones, but, like, I think Dance with Devils really takes the cake for being kind of silly trash. Ultimate games for Yuno. Okay, listen. So Dance with Devils was originally an anime. It was anime first, and then I think it became an Ultimate game after. But Dance with Devils was like... I don't even remember what the actual premise of it was, but it was like... It was like set in a high school, and then like the girl was like... The main girl was like a chosen one who could like open this gate to like the demon world. Like she herself was the gate, and then like she had all of these like fantasy oriented guys after her, and also it was a musical. The main reason I watched it was because it was a musical, and I really like musical anime. I feel like most musical anime, depending on the type of musical, they can be kind of silly. But that one, I remember the plot was just like so off the wall. Like the later episodes just went so freaking silly with it, and I was just like, you know, it's a bit late for me to realize this, but I think I'm watching trash. I think this is a bad anime. I still finished it though, because it was funny. Anyway, Dance with Devils is an experience, I think. It's Twilight mixed with High School Musical? Sort of. I guess so. It may be a little bit less edgy, but still kind of edgy. Definitely might be partially right with the High School Musical vibes, though. I would say maybe it's like a bad teenage version of Phantom of the Opera. At least based on like the overall aesthetic of the music. Oh, Hanaki, welcome in. We're supposed to be talking about things that relax us, but now we're just kind of talking about anime, which is fine. Less edge, more cheese. That sounds fun, actually. It's pretty fun. Like, for as much as I'm making fun of it, it's pretty fun. The bedsheet ghost of the opera? No, but like, actually, that's probably pretty accurate. My favorite trash anime is Rosario Vampire. It's so bad, but it was one of my first anime. Rosario Vampire. That sounds familiar. Hold on. Rosario Vampire. Yeah, that one! It was like it was one of those like older harem anime. I don't think I watched this one. I knew about it though. Anime relaxes though, this is true. This is true. Arguably, anime can be very relaxing. The manga is so good though. Really? So it's better than the anime. The Rosario Vampire critic description was 12 episodes, 10,000 panty shots. Oh no, not the Ponzu. Is it Rosario Vampire or Rosario plus Vampire? That's like arguing about Hunter x Hunter pronunciation, right? Because like you're not technically supposed to say the X. I would assume it's just Rosario Vampire. Because the plus is probably meant to be a cross, right? So wouldn't it instead be Rosario cross Vampire? Let me see if there's any official statement on this. Rosario to Banpaya is what it's written as in Japanese, so it's technically supposed to be Rosario and Vampire? White hair mocha from Rosario Vampire can beat me up. Okay, well, we know Kaya's taste. We know which one she likes. Oh, the white-haired one, huh? I see. I'm looking at the characters now. If I were to watch this, my favorite would probably be the girl with the witch hat. She looks like a character that I would like. I haven't watched Rosario Vampire in a while. Well, yeah, it's an old... Just looking at the wiki, it's an old anime. So I'm not surprised you haven't watched it in 10 years. I prefer the Yukiona in Rosario Vampire. Which one's the Yukiona? Is it the blue one? Probably. Oh, stop, please. I'm sorry, I'm here to remind you of your mortality. I'm immortal because I'm a half Oni, so I don't have to worry about this stuff, but I am here to remind you of your oldness. 2008 is old now? Hey, old people in the chat, you're gonna have to accept that, we are 4 years away from 2028. That will make the 2008 anime 20 years old. So currently that anime is 16 years old. You ever think about that? It's 16 years old. That anime is old enough to drive. I have the manga box set, Ice Girl is Best. Haven't read it all. It's like number 15 in my backlog. I see. Actual photograph of me. For current Yuno, what do you consider an old human? An old human? I don't know, probably a human in their, like, 60s or 70s. You know, suddenly I'm in my coffin. We are around the same age, Kaya. We are both in our 200s. How does one feel old if they forgot their age? I have to call my younger sister for her age and do math for my age. I mean, I do think that, like, at a certain point, you stop thinking about your age. Like, I don't know what age you reach, in order to start thinking that way, but, you do eventually reach an age where you kind of stop thinking about your own, like, the year that you're turning every birthday. Like you kind of just stop thinking about it and you're just like, oh yeah, it's my birthday. How old am I? And then you have to do the math. Looking good for those numbers. I mean, it's the perk of being a half Oni, you know? Oni are technically also immortal, so I gained some of that immortality when I became a half Oni, but I also have the benefit of always getting to look like a cute girl forever. You stop unlocking new things you can do at like 35, so I'd guess that's when people stop caring. Maybe. That feels about right, maybe. You stop thinking about your age until you realize how fast time is flying and how everyone around you is growing older. Oh no, we're getting very existential. Oh no, we're getting very existential in here. Relaxation topics, anyone? Same with height, I'm 29 and still don't know. Well, I have to know my height because I'm a performer. So, I am always aware of my height. Butt? True. How else does one relax but with butt? So video games, am I right? True. What is your relaxing game? For a while, it was Sticky Business. Sticky Business was a game that I could really just, like, open up and just kind of make sticker, sell sticker, pack sticker, chill out. So for a while, it was Sticky Business. What are other games? I have a game that I play before I go to bed, which is Pokemon Shuffle. It's the game on my phone. I usually play that before I go to bed. I'm stuck on some of these higher levels though. I'm like pretty far in. And I am struggling. I do not have enough strength. Sticky Business sounds like a hentai. No! It's a game where you make stickers and you sell stickers. You have a cute little sticker shop where you make cute stickers. It's not yabai, I promise. It's not yabai. That one looks very nice. Have you tried Magikarp Jump? I did not try Magikarp Jump. I really should have, but I didn't. Never forget that one sticker. It sounds like you forgot it because you're referring to it as that one sticker. But true. It was a very good sticker. But yeah, I never tried Magikarp Jump. Let's see. I played a lot of the Pokemon apps. Usually if it's Pokemon branded, I will try it at least once. I find Sudoku and Picross puzzles also quite fun and relaxing. I like Picross. Sudoku's a little bit hard for me. Never forget. $5. Yeah, $5 is still hilarious. I never did show that to Charlotte. I was kind of waiting until I could figure out what kind of stickers I wanted to make for Ephemera before I went and showed everyone the stickers I made for them. But, I do want to show everyone the stickers I made eventually. Get their thoughts. I'm very curious what Charlotte would think about $5. I think it's hilarious. We need a draft sticker for them? Well, we need a draft sticker for Tomoe for sure. I was kind of waiting until they had their, like, mascots a little bit more established before I made the stickers. But, I will definitely be doing that. We'll be bringing back Sticky Business to make them for Ephemera. I'm surprised you can play games before bed. I need to stop gaming for like at least an hour before going to bed if I want any chance of falling asleep. Well, I've kind of like Pavloved my brain to where like if I open Pokemon Shuffle, even if it's like not bedtime, I will start getting sleepy. Because I play it before bed. You get like 5 tries to play a puzzle before you like run out of energy, and then it takes like 30 minutes for it to recover. So usually I just do my 5 tries and then I go to bed. So that is usually my go-to. I used to use Pokemon Sleep pretty frequently, but then my sleep schedule kind of went out the window, so I stopped using it. So now I just turn my phone off and go to sleep. It's all that hiding the DS under the sheets to play at night tricked our brains. So true. I definitely was guilty of doing that. I also, not to sound like a nerd, but I also had a book light that I could attach like to the books I was reading because it also served as like a page marker. So I would use that to read at night under the sheets too. So I was either reading a book that I really, really wanted to finish or playing a video game. I remember even for my Game Boy Advance, I had one of those curly lights that you could attach to the top of the Game Boy Advance so you could light up the screen, because that was before the screens were self-lighting. Messed up, isn't it? That there used to be game systems that didn't have like a self-lit up screen. But yeah, I had one of those for my Game Boy Advance. So that's how I would sneak that under the covers at night. Yeah, the little worm light. Silly little worm guy. Also, don't call me a nerd. Please. Trying to sneak in extra reading before bed. Look. Book good. It really was like the defining thing about me when I was younger, is that I was just always wanting to read. I constantly wanted to have more reading time. And I would try to find books for, like, everything. I would find book versions, because, like, back then they would make book versions of, like, Pokemon episodes, or, like, book versions of Card Captors episodes. Literally, even if I had seen the episode already, I would still get the book version so that I had something else to read. No, I love reading so much. I would always, like, find any excuse to keep reading. That's why I loved Indoor Recess so much when I was younger. Because it meant that I could stay inside and read. Hanaki! Welcome in! Hope you're having a good day so far. Who remembers being in the backseat during a road trip and playing on a Game Boy using only the passing streetlights? It wasn't Game Boy for me, but it was. I had that with the Game Boy Advance too. Definitely had to rely on the streetlights. The plot for Cardcaptor Sakura is the same for both manga and anime. No, I'm talking about Cardcaptors. The English dub. The English dub released, like, picture books with, like, screenshots from the episodes, and then they, like, just had, like, a simplified book version of the episode. It was probably no longer than, like, 12 pages. But it would be, like, a simplified summary of the events of that episode. But it means that I had, like, the written out, like, dialogue for how they spelled all these characters' names, like Julian, Lee Shouron, Sakura Avalon. I had that. That was what I had. Did you ever get the SP? I was not an SP user. I think yeah, I started with the Game Boy Advance. And then, next was the GameCube. And then I got the DS. The DS Lite. I didn't get a DS until DS Lite, because I have a pink DS. And then the Wii. And then I think somewhere around in there I got the PS2. I'm trying to remember the period between me getting new devices. I know about that, but the anime of Cardcaptor Sakura further fleshed out the source content. That's not true. Cardcaptor Sakura elongated the source content. They added a lot of filler. Because they needed more cards. They basically went to Clamp and were like, hey, we want to adapt this anime. And Clamp was like, oh, so cool. And they were like, can you make, like, more cards? And they were like, how many more? Well, we want to have, like, 52 Clo cards. And they were like, how many? So I don't agree with that necessarily. I think that the anime for Cardcaptor Sakura was like artificially lengthened out for filler. Only got a few minutes. I remember my way of relaxing as a kid was playing the original Pokemon on the first Game Boy. I remember using streetlights to see. Now it's anime and VTubers. That's all very valid. Original Pokemon on the first Game Boy. That's crazy. See, I did have the, like, original Pokemon games, but I got them as, like, hand-me-downs from my older cousin. He was really into Pokemon. But, he aged out of it kind of fast because he got into it, like, a little bit, like, later than he should have, and as he started, like, entering, I think it was as he was going into high school, he stopped liking Pokemon as much, because it was seen as very childish. But I was, like... I was, like, prime and ready. I was like, please, give me the Pokemon things. So I got all of his Pokemon things, including his Pokemon cards. I had a, Japanese holographic Charizard thanks to his collection. But yeah, I got those games as a hand-me-down, and then when I got the Game Boy Advance, I was able to play them, because the Game Boy Advance had the backwards compatibility to play the Game Boy games. You flexing out here, and flexing a little bit. Just a little bit of a flex. That said, I don't know if I still have it. It's probably buried in storage somewhere. I would have to, like, look for it. You were the coolest kid at school. I think that was before they started, like, really caring about the trading cards at school, though. Because I don't remember ever bringing my collection to school with me. I think I was worried about losing them. I am the kind of girl that is very careful with the things that I own, so I don't really like the idea of, like, bringing things that are very important to me, like, to places. When I found my 2DS and my old Game Boy Advance games, I saw that all of them were labeled in permanent marker with my name because I had been so scared of losing them. It was just my name, like, on the back of every single cartridge. So, because I was so worried about losing them. I'm very careful with my things. Generally. Sometimes I am not careful with my things, but generally, though, I try to be careful. My school made a policy against bringing trading cards to school because kids would steal them from each other. Right! I think I remember that. I don't remember if that was ever directly instituted at my school, but I do remember hearing that from other people. Kids could get wild. Especially during the Pokemon days. I feel like Pokemon really, like, impacted a whole generation. For better or for worse. Generally, I think it was for the better. My favorite were the kids that wrote their names on trading cards, ruining them forever. Well, they didn't know. They just wanted to make sure that people knew that it was theirs. They just wanted to make sure people knew. That's all. The card policy started with sports cards and then spilled over everything else. Oh. See, having it be sports cards makes sense to me. I remember there was a big craze with baseball cards. But I was not a baseball card collector. I think I had like one pack of baseball cards, and then I just didn't care after that. I was like, I got better things to do, like read books, or watch the latest episode of Pokemon. Pokemania was very real. I remember. I tried to get like as much of my stuff to be like Pokemon themed as possible. I still would, to this day, probably. I mean, I think there are other things I could probably, like, form an aesthetic around, but I do still like a lot of Pokemon memorabilia and stuff. Baseball cards were lame because there wasn't a game to go with them. It needs to be a trading card game. It needs to be a TCG. Emphasis on the G. If there is no G, then I am not in it. Yeah, I can see why some people wouldn't really like the idea of just having trading cards solely to trade them. I remember kids drawing a sharp line down the stack of their cards so they could prove they were theirs if they got stolen. Oh, interesting. That's kind of clever. Still ruining the cards, but that is pretty clever. But I guess if you're not really planning to, like, play with them much or use them very much, then it's okay to mark them up a little bit. Back to the salt mine. Have a good rest of your work shift. Thank you for popping in. Card games are fun. I used to play a lot of Hearthstone and that's Magic the Gathering, right? I have heard of both of those. I've never gotten into them. I never really was able to play the Pokemon trading card game despite my Pokemania. But I remember I did play a little bit of, like, early stage Yu-Gi-Oh! I had the, like, Yu-Gi-Moto starter deck that had the, like, Dark Magician and all of that stuff. So I could play, like, very basic, like, beginner's Yu-Gi-Oh! But I've heard that Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules now are just so convoluted and complicated, I could never get into it now. I am too grandma at this point. I'm just like, oh, what do you mean there are limits on the magic and trap cards? I do not know what any of this says. Why is there so much text on my singular card? One last thing, base thumbnail. Thank you! Is a good thumbnail, I think. Kind of popped off with this one. Just ask Nami to teach you the Pokemon trading card games because she plays it. Oh, that's true. And they are introducing that, like, that online... Well, not, like, online, but, like, that app version. I wonder if there'd be a way that we could play that together. I would love to listen to Nami teach me how to play. I don't know if it's just me, but I just like listening to Nami talk about things that she likes. I like it when anyone talks about things that they like, personally. But I just like listening to people be passionate about things that they enjoy. That was why I asked her about Supergiant games, because I knew she liked them. And I was genuinely looking for a suggestion on which one to play. But, like, seeing her talk about it in our DMs, I was just like, this makes me so happy. I love listening to things that people like. I feel like I learned so much about people through the things that they're passionate about. I really enjoy that. New Age Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a different game now. They just recently made official tournaments for older formats because it was getting too much, like 2004 and 2010. Really? I suppose it makes sense they wouldn't want to have, like, a split for, like, the old guard and then the new players. It's kind of crazy that they had to, like, actually institute one, though. There's already an official online client. The new one is a separate thing. Yeah, the new one's a separate thing. They're trying to make it more, like, approachable for people who are, like, going to be newly introduced to it, I think. And also, like, they're just trying to give it, like, a refreshed experience, I suppose, by making it an app. I'm curious what it's gonna look like, though. But yeah, I was never a big trading card game person. I would collect the cards. At the very least, I collected Pokemon ones. I didn't really collect Yu-Gi-Oh! I had the starter deck, and that was about it. But that was because my friends got super into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I wanted to try and fit in. Most longer running card games have multiple formats to support different player groups and keep metas fresh. I see, I see. I can see that being useful for older fans and newer ones then. Because I do feel like those player bases should maybe be split. Okay, but you have a Charizard, so you're automatically an expert card collector. What is the difference between collecting and playing is the thing. And I will say, the one thing that appeals to me about the app that's coming out for the Pokemon card game is the fact that you can do, like, actual card pulls. I feel like that part of it is fun. I will admit, I do like watching streams of people opening Pokemon card packs. I loved watching Nami's streams of that when she did them. I just like watching people open up the cards and get excited. Seeing them being like, oh, pretty art, or like, oh, this one's really rare. And I'm just like, oh, yippee! Cool cards! Hello! Ohanaki to you, welcome in. Hope you are having a good time zone thus far. We are hanging out and talking about things we do to relax, with the asterisk of talking about other things too. As is wont to happen in a Yuno Hanaki Zatsu stream. Do I ever stay fully on topic for an entire stream? I feel like that is debatable. I need water. I can feel my voice starting to get a little bit croaky. Water, please. Getting M Alakazam EX has to be my greatest Pokemon booster pack pull. I have to look that up because I don't know what that is. I'm guessing Mega. Mega Alakazam EX. Whoa, that's a cool card. Well, hell yeah, that's awesome. I'd be excited for you too. Aw, the text on it saying the freaking Zen Force, that's awesome. I like that. Staying on topic, Onimon, have you ever seen them in the same room? Man, you don't have to come for me that much. I try to stay on topic. I think I am pretty faithful for the most part. I would say so. I think I can be pretty on topic most of the time. Emphasis on most, though. I will admit I do get distracted sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I love it. As long as you are enjoying yourself, that's what matters to me. Yuno is always on topic because Yuno decides what the topic is. You're so right. I could change the topic to whatever I want and it's technically on topic. That's my privilege as a streamer. No one can ever get mad at me for going off topic ever again. Because I just get to be like, actually, I get to decide the topics around here because it's my stream. You ever think about that one? I don't think so. I will literally get to pull the Yuno reverse card. Speaking of which, I am working on getting the new emotes commissioned. So some of the placeholders will be going away fairly soon-ish. I have to like double check how many of them I can work on and how many of the placeholders I can start swapping out. We unfortunately don't have enough slots for like all of the emotes that we unlocked during the Donathon, but I will at least see if we can get them started. I'm working on it. Just like, this is just to reiterate that I have not forgotten the donation incentives. I am constantly working on them. It's just that a lot of it's like behind the scenes work and like dependent on things that I can't control. So I'm trying to like balance everything as best as I can and like all of the budget and stuff that goes into it. Yeah. This one is staying, right? Yes, you guys did unlock the fact that Pensive stays. So you will still get to keep Pensive. But a lot of the, I'm not sure offhand which ones are definitely going to go, but probably Smail is like top list of ones that will disappear. I will probably get rid of the little Damadachi. The different colored Damadachi are probably going to disappear. Probably also going to get rid of forehead and thighs since you guys are bringing it up. But we'll see. As I said, I am working on it. I just don't want you to think that I forgot my incentives. I don't. I have a spreadsheet of all of them. I have a spreadsheet, so I'm constantly keeping track of like, okay, I have to work on this one. I have to make sure that this one will be ready. I gotta make sure I get this set up. Like I have a plan. I'm working on it. I promise. Going back to the title of the stream, I started archery and I find it oddly relaxing to shoot and focusing on the target, and I have a crash course lesson in Kyudo since I'm in Japan for work. So that's where you ended up flying. I hope you're enjoying Japan. I agree. I think that archery is like a very relaxing experience. I think that just like especially like the Japanese way, I watched Tsurune, which was like basically an entire anime about how relaxing archery can be. Really good anime, by the way. Would recommend that you watch it. Tsurune is amazing. That might be one that I also do a members watch along for, because I love Tsurune. It was so good. Anyway, that said, Tsurune is one of the main reasons why I respect archery for being a super relaxing hobby. Just the way it was depicted in the show, there was just so much love put towards like archery as a craft, and I thought that that was just like really, really cool. It made me very happy. Can we get a smug emote that's like Smail? Maybe. I know the two emotes that I've definitely promised are the head pat and the Yuno reverse card, I believe. So those two I have to make sure I get for sure. And then the ones that you guys unlocked during one of the donathons was it's the Damadachi emotes. So you guys might be getting some more Damadachi emotes that are more like they're more like expressive Damadachi versus the just like the default images of the Damadachi. The stock images, as it were. So they'll actually have like little expressions and stuff. So maybe I will make a smug Damadachi or something. The anime you talked about reminded me of the anime Kono Oto Tomare, Sounds of Life. Yeah, I think they're kind of similar. Finally, Dabadachi. What do you mean? You want to be dabbing? Holds my head. Dama cheer? Actually, I think it'd be really cute if the cheer emote was the Damadachi cheering. That'd be kind of adorable, actually. I'll have to remember that. Can a fireball dab? You guys can possess objects. Technically, if you can possess an object that you can fold like arms to make it look like you're dabbing, yes. You can't necessarily manifest your own hands, but you can possess something that can work like arms. And then use that to make it look like you're dabbing. We must dab, we have no arms. So can we make a bear dab? Yes! Technically you can. Yes. I think it's harder for you to possess living creatures than it is to possess inanimate objects, but technically, yes. What about Tamadachi possessing a cheerleader uniform? Don't you want to possess something normal like a pom-pom? You don't have to possess the uniform. You don't have to possess the skirts. I thought we worked like Among Us astronauts. I don't know what that would mean. Like little bean creatures? Why that in particular? That's what I'm saying. Why the uniform? Be glad he chose the uniform as opposed to what? What are you guys talking about? You're so strange. I want my cheer skirt? I see. I want to be a fabulous Damadachi? I see. Yeah, fumbled the initial one and the follow-up. It's okay. 2 missed shots. I respect not going for a third. I made many strange friends in Japan is all I can say. Hey, don't call them strange, they're your friends. They're good friends. Don't go calling them strange. That's rude. Tamadachi possessing the maid uniform being worn by the other Tamadachi. Incredible. What would that even look like? Your faces would have to show up on the maid outfit, so you guys would basically be wearing a maid outfit with your own face on it. That's very Narcissus of you. It's giving Narcissus. It's giving a very strange image in my mind. Don't know if I like that. I guess the Damanashi face would be on the apron. Although we did choose the Japanese maid, so maybe that would be the pattern on like the kimono style outfit too. Like it would just be a bunch of other Damanashi faces. Don't worry about it. I'm going to worry about it. You guys have such interesting taste, I feel like I have to worry. You know, that's something that management tells me a lot, because I talk to management about the things you guys decide on for stuff, like in regards to like the Damanachi rewards and things like that. And in my last one-on-one, management was just like, your viewers are so interesting. And I feel like that's management coding for your audience is strange. They've had some other choice words about the Damanachi as well, but I'm choosing to keep those to myself. You tell them about us? Oh lord, oh no. Well, not like specific details, right? But I talked to them about like, yeah, you know, I showed them the different maid dress options and they all really wanted the swimsuit maid. And that was the part where they were like, oh, interesting. That's specifically where they were like, oh, huh, I see it. But that's like the extent that they know. Well, they sometimes watch my streams and see the things you guys say, so just so you know, management might be watching. They aren't here watching us like a hawk. Well, not always, but sometimes. Sometimes they'll peek in. They'll pay attention. That's usually when I end up getting some of the funnier comments. But no, you guys are a very silly bunch, but I do like that about you. I like that you're very silly. I like that we can goof around and be silly. I would rather have this kind of environment with like a chat of a bunch of silly people versus like a crazy serious chat. I mean, I like serious chats too, but I don't know. I think that the current dynamic that we've got going on is good. We've got good rapport. We've got good banter. Management said, oh, so they're based. Well, there was one person in management who thought you guys had good taste in maid dress. There's one person who agreed. At least we aren't too off the rails crazy. Well... You wouldn't love us if we talked business formal? No, I would still love you if you talked business formal. I love serious conversations, like I said. I'm just saying that I appreciate the dynamic that we have in whatever form it takes, you know? Being silly is a way of relaxing, very therapeutic. I think it's therapeutic on your side. I think my side, it depends on the day, and it depends on the level of silly. Some things you guys do that you think are silly are not necessarily relaxing for me. But sometimes it is. So that's fair. I do agree that being a little silly can be relaxing, though. I've said it before, but, like, the times where I'm streaming where I can just kind of be myself and just hang out with you guys, that's definitely, like, a form of relaxation for me. So I do get quite sad if I have to, like, delay or cancel streams for any reason, because this is, like, a really positive outlet for me. I really like being able to stream and just, like, not think about the other stuff going on for a few hours. So this is my form of being silly, which is streaming and turning my brain off and being a little goof. Boba pizza is not relaxing. Very true. Boba pizza was not relaxing. Boba pizza is never happening again. Boba pizza is a stress inducer. I saw you guys telling Hiyori about the boba pizza. Do not do that to her. You can't do that, okay? Only I can eat the gross food for milestones. Don't do that to my kohai. They don't deserve it. Stop trying to poison the new children. Don't do it. I feel the same way. You stream as soon as I wake up, so I've started getting ready much more quickly and being much happier in the morning. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I hope you were able to start your day with a little bit of silly. I hope you don't get something nice for 10k subs instead of having to do something unpleasant. We will see. I have to get over the hurdle of getting to 10k first. What did we promise the anchovies this time? No. You are not hurting my children. Do not hurt the new kids. Don't do that to them. It's not worth it. You'll make them so sad. I'm still sad about boba pizza. And that was like months ago. I can get boba pizza now that I think about it. You can get it in Japan? I mean, I guess if you're in that, like, general area, you could probably get it from somewhere near there. I don't think it's a Japanese, option, though. Although, I guess it could be. I don't know. I'm not in Japan. That's terrifying, the fact that you actively were like, oh, I could get boba pizza right now. I mean, at least you're getting the one that's probably... the one that management intended. Specifically the one that Sora intended. Because he did intend for me to get the, like, dessert one. It was intended to get the dessert one. The one that was meant to be, like, kind of tasty. But then we poisoned it, and it became evil, and never again. Next Super Bowl, us Tamadachi possess the tech guy and play a Yuno stream. That'd be hilarious. My stream is of all streams. Everyone in the audience would fall asleep. Why do you refer to your colleagues as your children? It's just a sign of affection. I don't literally think of them as children. You know what I mean? Like, I just, because they're my kohai, it's just me kind of being like, oh, they're just my cute little kids. It's like, I want to pinch their cheeks because they're cute, you know? I don't literally think of them as my children. I do have very deep respect for them as peers and equals, but they are just also my silly little children. And I will protect them, because I am a fierce father. Like, a lot of, friend groups tend to adopt the, like, family dynamic, you know? Like, someone will be the mom friend, someone will be the dad friend, someone will be the kids in the family. It's just kind of a common thing I see in a lot of friend dynamics, so... I don't know, it just kind of slips out. Is that like how you treat all Tales characters as babies? Kind of. That's different, though. But you're right that it's just like my default form of affection. I'm just like, ah, they are my baby. my child, my kid. But then I also say that they are my boyfriend and my husband sometimes. So, like, it's very complicated. There's just, like, different terms of affection for different scenarios, I guess. Which is why I don't want you to literally think that they are my kids. It's like how Kaya isn't literally your child. Yeah, I'd be very worried if you guys thought Kaya was literally my baby. She is my child, but she is not my child, you know? They do say friends are like found family. Indeed. So you kind of just like end up fostering like a more casual family dynamic, I suppose. I have been the dad friend in a lot of my friend groups. I don't know what it is about my energy that makes me dad friend material specifically, but I've always been dad friend type. But yeah, it is basically like a found family. But no, all of that is to say, like, I call them my kids as a sign of affection, but not in, like, a literal I am the parent way. I do respect them very much as, like, creative peers. We are equals. I just, my brain is just hot-wired, I guess, to just kind of word vomit and say my child, because that's how I talk about a lot of characters I like. You have the dad jokes, makes sense. Not always. I mean, I feel like there are some people who have more powerful dad jokes than mine. But yeah, I mean, the dad jokes do help. But yeah, I just figured I would get that out there. It's just something that I say as like a term of endearment. But then there are also instances where I'll be like, Ran Sukiha, my wife. She has only ever been wife. I have never referred to Ran as my child. I've always just said, my wife. I can probably think of other examples, but not off the top of my head. But my point is, though, I just, I express affection that way, I guess. It's just, I change up the word. But I'm just like, they are my kid, or like, my beloved, or, my darling baby. And I don't always mean baby as, like, child. Baby is like a sign of affection too. But then of course, like, if someone's uncomfortable with me saying it like that, I will change it and I will use like different terms of endearment, because some people don't vibe with that sort of thing, and that's fine. I just have to be told. What do you think the kawaii dad joke tier list looks like? I feel like Reina is probably number 1. I think Shiicho is probably number 2. I think... Actually, no. I think Hiyori is number 2. I think Shiicho has been demoted to number 3, and I think I'm number 4. The rest of the tiers, I'm not sure. Because Hiyori also makes a lot of dad jokes, according to what Ephemera has said, and I've also seen it in action. I've seen Hiyori make dad jokes, and they do kind of come out of nowhere. Reina is 1 for sure. She is unmatched, at least for now. I have to see her and Hiyori go at it before I would know for sure. It would be funny to see them tell a bunch of dad jokes back and forth. But yeah, I think I can only gauge the top 4. I don't know who would come after us. I like she with her your mom jokes. Your mama! She's so funny. I love Shiicho. I like all of the girls, though. Every day, still, even though it's been like a few months at this point, I still think about how, like, grateful I am to be here, because I do really appreciate all of the girls so much. It's just like, wow, I can't believe I actually get to be here and interact with them on, like, a regular basis. And, like, talk to them and get to know them and all of that stuff. Makes me very happy. She and you are my 2 favorite kawaii girls. Really? Wow. The top 2. I can't believe I get to share the podium with Everyone is very cool and cute. True and correct. I'm also very cool, right? I'm very cool, right? I'm definitely not a nerd. I'm very cool. I'm very, sophisticated. I'm very cool. The coolest. Very cool and also cute. No! I'm trying to focus on the coolness here. I'm trying to stay cool and not a nerd. I just love when she posts some wild stuff on Twitter. It's true. I feel like Shiicho's Twitter has gotten a little bit more unhinged in recent days, and I love that for her. I really like it. I like seeing the limiter be taken off, and then she just tweets the most wild stuff. The stuff that she talked about regarding the Ephemera debuts, she went kind of crazy, huh? Every time I saw a new one of those, I was like, she's getting more creative. Cute, cool, and passionate. The 3 Idolmaster categories, and everyone embodies them well. Oh, I wonder. I feel like I should sort the girls into the 3 categories. It'd be kind of hard to avoid doing it based on image color, but I want to see if I can figure out who would be in each category, because that sounds really fun. You activated the Idolmaster part of my brain by saying that. And as we all know, the different spheres in my brain are like Idolmaster, Pokemon, and then the 3rd sphere is like everything else. The Idolmaster sphere of my brain is lighting up like wee woo, think about the types that each girl is. It'd be more like one of those triangle charts than a tier list. Yeah, I don't think it would really be a tier list, but I should try to... I feel like it'd be fun to sort them. Oh, man, I love Idolmaster. I love how Idolmaster interprets, like, idols. I mean, I'm probably biased because 765 Pro was the first experience to, like, anime idols that I had, and that was what first made me interested in idols. But man, I feel like no other franchise does it like Idolmaster, particularly, like, OG/Million Live. I just really like how they approach doing idol stuff. Also, all of the shuffle units, all of the, like, official/unofficial units. I love that kind of thing. I love making units. I think I've said this before, but when I was, like, super into Idolmaster, I had a phase where anytime I found a new favorite character that I liked, like a fictional character from a different series, for the record, one of my favorite things to do would be to make an Idolmaster unit that they would produce if they were, like, a producer in Idolmaster. And I would just be like, oh yeah, they would probably produce this girl because they would resonate a lot with her story. They'd probably pick this girl because they think that she's like a really talented like vocalist or dancer. And then they'd probably choose this girl as balance. And then I would literally make like playlists of songs sung by those 3 girls. And I would be like, ah, yes, character playlist. That is the extent that I am obsessed with Idolmaster. I like Love Live more personally, but Idolmaster is still great. I like Love Live, but maybe it's because all of the girls are like school-aged, but I've kind of resonate with it a little bit less now. Because I am a mature Oni and everything. I resonate a little bit less with the like school side of Love Live. Because it is very like school-focused. Some of the Idolmaster girls are also school-aged, but they don't focus as much on like their school life. It focuses more on their work as idols, and that's the part of it that I like more. With Love Live, because being school idols is like part of the name, school is the thing that usually comes first in a lot of their stories, and that's kind of meh to me. At least when it comes to idol series. I can watch a good like high school slice of life, usually, but if I was to choose, like, a more compelling story, I feel like Idolmaster does it a little bit more compelling. But that's just me. If you like Love Live more power to you. I prefer the Love Live seiyuu to the characters these days for that reason. Oh, so fair. The seiyuu do work super freaking hard. Love Live seiyuu... they basically sign up for being idols. Like, it's less about being a seiyuu and it's more about, like, actually, like, embodying the idol. Like, you basically become, like, really only known for that idol. It was less so true for Muse. I feel like Muse kind of got to do more, like, actual voice acting stuff, but I feel like Aqua onwards, they're, like, not as known for, like, voice acting as they are for, their Love Live work. Well, I guess Nichigasaki was an exception, because they had, like, two seiyuu there who were, like, pretty popular already. But I think a lot of the other girls, like, they get their start in Love Live, and then they become pretty much solely known for Love Live. Because you focus so much on, like, the idol activities. And they, like, really embody the idol side of things. With Idolmaster, they do that a lot less. They are pretty much only known for their characters still. At least OG Idolmaster. I think the later branches, not so much. But I do think it's rough to, like, sign up to voice a character as a seiyuu and then also have to get trained as an idol. I can get Bobitsa from Domino's for dinner. It sounds so wrong, but it looks pretty. Well, you're going to be getting the, like, the good Bobitsa. Like I said, you're going to be getting the intended one. The one that's, like, just cheese and then boba. If you get it, you have to tell me how good it is. You have to, like, post it somewhere. Like, either post it on Twitter or maybe next time I stream, you can tell me about it in chat, because I'm very curious to know what it tastes like as intended. I don't think I can get it as intended anywhere in Onigashima, so if I ever wanted to try Bobitsa again, I would either have to travel or I would have to make it. But I am curious what it's meant to actually taste like. I hope you like it, if you end up getting it anyway. It's okay if you don't. No pressure. This one limited edition is a Sakura edition. It has pink tapioca balls with Sakura chocolate and lots of cheese. Oh! That could probably be good. That would be like cherry and cheese, kind of. Although I hear that, like, Sakura tasting stuff is kind of, like, lighter than, like, straight cherry. But it is, like, a cherry blossom, so it probably has, like, essence of cherry. Which means I can't eat it, because I don't tolerate cherries well. But that sounds like it would be so pretty. I love all the Sakura aesthetic stuff that comes out in Japan during Sakura season. I'm very guilty of looking at the Sakura-themed Starbucks stuff and being like, ugh, I want that. I love pink too much, man. You slap pastel pink onto any object and I'll be like, now hold on, maybe I need that. Even if I very much don't need it. Most of the time, I don't need it. But the minute you put it in a pretty pink, I'm just like, no, hold on. No, wait. No, wait. Hold on. Wait. Wait. This could be good. I love pink. We know how to market to the Oni now. Well, pink and other pastels, too. It doesn't have to be pink. Pink is definitely, like, one of the best ways, but, any sort of pastel color or, like, a pale color. I love those. That's why pastel purple is my chosen image color. Because it's another color I really like. I also like pastel blue. I like pastel yellow. I like peachy orange colors. As long as it's kind of pastel. Or like muted, I guess. Faded? I don't know what the word is. I don't know enough about color theory. I just know I like light colors. That's part of why I really like spring and summer aesthetics so much, because it's when all of the like brighter, paler colors come out. Love those. Correct. Either pink or other pale colors. And I will probably be interested. I'll just be like, oh really? Is for me? I guess that's something else that kind of relaxes me. Not to be like retail therapy, because that's not true, but like I like window shopping for stuff. I like to just like look at stuff online and like find miscellaneous things that are like pretty colors, and then I just kind of like I just kind of daydream about having them, I guess. Which leads me into, I have said this before. I will have to probably keep saying it. I'm a very frequent daydreamer. I'm a pretty spacey person, I think, when I'm not streaming. I just kind of zone out and I daydream about a lot of, like, miscellaneous things and topics and whatever. And I like to daydream about how I would, like, decorate an apartment or, like, a new box. If I had one all to myself, and all of the ways that I would, like, decorate it with all the pretty pastel stuff. So then I will look up, like, pastel pink rice cooker, for example. Or, like, pastel purple, I don't know, hand towels. Just, like, things like that. I will look up things that, like, suit what I'm currently thinking about in my daydream. And then I'll be like, ooh, that's pretty. And then I will add it to my daydream. Daydreaming is very relaxing for me. You have the interior decorator vision? I do. I do think I have a pretty good sense of aesthetics. I just don't think I'm very good at, like, expressing them visually. I'm really good at describing with words if I'm tasked with doing so. I am pretty good at, like, pointing out things that I think would look good on someone. I'm just not... I just don't execute it well visually. Like, if I had a vision in my head, I wouldn't be able to draw it. I can see it pretty well, but I can't, like, draw it. I can't manifest it in any other way besides describing it in words. Have you played House Flipper? It sounds like you would like it. I have never played House Flipper, no. Those kinds of games have never really caught my interest because I've said it before, I like games that have, like, story to them. I don't often play a game that's just like, I don't think it's sandbox, that's not the right word, but like, I like really in-depth plots, and like, character development. Power Wash Simulator, oddly relaxing. Ugh, I've wanted to play Power Wash Simulator. It does seem very satisfying, but maybe I'll try House Flipper. I have access to House Flipper, so maybe I will try that too. Simulation games. Yeah, basically. They're not, like... They're not my biggest cup of tea. I don't mind them. Sometimes I will try them just for the sake of it, but, I don't usually reach for them. Like, my instinct isn't usually to be like, oh, yes, time to, design a house, or decorate a house. I would probably just, like, choose a visual novel or something to, like, lose my brain in story-wise. I daydream about many things, like becoming a VTuber or being isekai'd into some fictional universes. Well, I don't have to daydream about becoming a VTuber, because I'm already a VTuber. But I do agree with the isekai'd. I have a very elaborate fantasy that I go back to a lot that's, like, playing out in my head. It's another isekai plot, or, like, just a like, imagined alternate universe life plot, I guess is the best way to put it. That's one of my favorite daydreams to go back to. There is a simulator of catching small magical creatures in spheres. Are you talking about Pokemon or Pal World? Which one are you talking about, friend? Considering you said small, I am thinking you mean Pokemon because it stands for Pocket Monsters. Yes, fair enough. Yeah, I do want to play more Pokemon. I still have to finish the Indigo Disc DLC. I haven't started it. I really need to finish that up at some point, though. I want to play the new Legends game. I know it's not out yet, but I want to play the new Legends game. Where's Pokemon Legends Za? I need her so bad. It's okay, it's okay. I can wait. I'm waiting because I'm hopeful that it's going to be something that will, like, really knock people's socks off. I've heard good things. They are planning to, like, do things that are, like, stuff they've never attempted before with that game, so I am very excited. And I really liked Legends Arceus. I really liked the whole atmosphere. I liked the story. I feel like there could have been a little bit more like character-driven stuff. But it is a game for kids, so I'm trying to forgive the fact that it's not super in-depth. Yeah, I'm glad they're taking their time with it too. I really hope that that pays off and that we end up getting a really cool game. I am looking forward to it. Depending on whether or not I can get perms for that game, I will either be playing it non-stop the week it releases, or you will not see me the week it releases, because I will be gone playing the game. We'll see what happens. Just being honest, if I don't get perms, I'm just disappearing off the internet so that I can play the game. I don't want spoilers. I will be gone. You will not see me. But hopefully I can get perms. That would be pretty nice. And you will have to accept that it will be all Pokemon all the time for that week until I beat it. Okay? You're going to have to accept this, okay? Me holding you gently in my hands. You're gonna have to accept this, Tomodachi. That's all I'm going to play. Until I beat it. Or at least until I beat the main story. Content after that, whatever. Already signed the contract? Yeah, you know how it is around here. Even the OniMon. OniMon might be the only time I don't play the game, but OniMon will just be me talking about the game. Depending on the release window. Did you know the newest Pokemon game coming out will take place in Kalos? Yes! I did a live reaction to the Pokemon Presents with Kaya and Isla. We watched it together and we saw the announcement at the same time. Isla-sama was so excited because she really likes Kalos, so her excitement made me even more excited. Like, I was excited to begin with, but when she got excited about it being Kalos, I was just like, oh, my heart is warm. It was really nice being able to watch it with other people. I think if I had been watching it by myself, I still would have had fun, but having Kaya and Isla there to get excited with me was super fun. I would love to watch the Pokemon Presents with more people in the future, too. You totally won't be playing it in handheld mode while on OniMon, right? Right. Obviously. Who plays with their Switch in handheld mode? Crazy. Click, 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 click. What are you talking about? You hear the sound of, like, my starter Pokemon crying out from the game, and I'm just like, oh, that's so funny. I'm so good at impersonating the sound now. Because I've played the game so much, but I'm not playing it right now. No, but for real, I would actually behave myself, and I would not play the game while I was streaming. I would behave, trust me. I can hold back to a certain extent. But that's why the compromise would have to be I talk about it during OniMon. If I can't play it, I will at least talk about it. And, like, word vomit my thoughts on the lore to you guys. Me doing, like, a live lore theory. Because of how excited I am about the game. That would probably be what that OniMon is. It's time for me to become the game theorist. Let's go. Won't mind a Poke Marathon. I fondly remember beating X and Y when it released in one sitting. Wow, in one sitting? That's awesome. The fastest I've ever beaten a Pokemon game was still in only like 3 days? 2 or 3 days? I think that's the fastest. Yeah. My average time is like a week or 2, but I can usually get it done within a few days. Because I focus on it, and then, like, you know, I was also the kind of person who would, like, not, like, directly take time off, but, like, any downtime I had, I would be playing the game. Because I don't want to see spoilers is the thing, because there are other people who can also, like, focus in on the game and then just, like, play it until they beat it. And I don't want to get spoilers from those people, so I try to no-life it as well. But no, definitely when that Pokemon game comes out, I will be I'll be no lifing. I will be focusing on that purely for the entire week. If I have perms, if I don't have perms, I'm going on a little break. I don't think it would be too long of one. Since my record is like beating a game in 2 or 3 days, I would probably only take like 3, maybe 4 days off, and then I would just stream the other days and like talk about it. That's my thought. Anyway, we have a long time before we get to that point. Because it's not coming out until 2025. I wonder if it's going to be early 2025 again. Because that was what happened with Arceus. That one was announced like mid-2021, I think. And then it came out early 2022, like January. So maybe that means that Za will also be an early 2025 release. I will hope and I will pray. Whew. Okay. Well, I have gotten some new ideas for relaxation techniques. The main one I'm taking away is Miku boxing, and also maybe getting Switch Sports so that I can face off against Kaya in bowling. I will probably like rewatch the VOD to get some other takeaways too. But thank you guys so much for talking to me about your hobbies. This basically did kind of become a what are your hobbies type stream too. Talking about hobbies that we find relaxing and other such things. But yeah, it was very nice. I like learning about you guys through this. I get to learn things about what you guys like to do. You guys get to learn a little bit about the things that I like to do. I think it is a nice balance of things. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I am going to see who is online for raiding. Who shall we redirect to? Let's redirect to Reina, because Reina popped in a little bit before her stream. So I will send you guys to Reina's son. Another successful OniMon? Heck yeah. But yeah, we're going to Reina. I hope you guys give her a very warm welcome back. I missed her very much. I'm sure you guys also missed her. Give her the warmest welcome that you can. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!